I'll read out the proposed phase 1. Before that, I would like to inform all of you that this time, instead of 9 phases, we have 7 phases of election. Phase 1, date of issue of gazette notification. Notification होने के गजट नोटिफिकेशन होने का दिन 18/3/2019 मंडे. फेज 1, लास्ट डेट ऑफ नॉमिनेशन, आखिरी तारीख नॉमिनेशन की 25/3/2019 मंडे. ओके. लास्ट डेट ऑफ नॉमिनेशंस 25th March 2019 मंडे. Date for scrutiny of nominations 26th March 2019 Tuesday. Last date for withdrawal of candidature 28th March Thursday. Date of poll first phase 11th April Thursday. Date of counting 23rd March Thursday. 23rd May 2019. Sorry. Or date before election shall be completed 27th May 2019. Phase 2, date of issue of gazette notification 19th March. Last day of nomination 26th March. Date for scrutiny of nomination 27th March. Last date of withdrawal 29th March. Date of poll 18th April. Date of counting same 23rd May. Phase 3, date of issue of notification 28th March. Last day of nomination 4th April. Date of scrutiny 5th April. Last date of withdrawal of candidature 8th April. Date of counting, of course, 23rd. Date of poll 18th April. No, we are sending you all this by, after I have read it through, you are getting it out by soft copy, almost right away. I'll read out the phase 2 again. Okay. No, I'll read out the phase 2 again because she's asked for it.
Sir, hello.
Phase 3, okay. Thank you. Phase 3. Phase 3, date of issue of gazette notification 28th March. Last date, we'll come to that after this. That is the second statement. Last date of nomination 4th April. Phase 3, date of scrutiny 5th April. Last date for withdrawal of candidature 8th April. Date of counting 23rd May. Date of counting. Date of poll 23rd April. Phase 4. 23rd April. 23rd April. Is it clear now? Phase 4. Date of issue of notification 2nd April. In fact, the most important are 2 dates that I can give you instead of giving you 7 dates. The date of poll 29th April and date of counting same. Phase 5, date of issue of gazette notification 10th April. Date of poll 6th May. Phase 6, date of issue of gazette notification 16th April. Date of poll 12th May. Phase 7, date of issue of gazette notification 22nd April. Date of poll 19th May. And all, sorry, I'll repeat the date of poll. First phase 11th April. Second phase 18th April. Third phase 23rd April. Fourth phase 29th April. Fifth phase 6th May. sixth phase, 12th May. Phase 7, 19th May. Am I clear now? And all countings, without, no need to say, but I am repeating, 23rd May. Now the Lok Sabha state-wise details if you want, or otherwise I will just tell you that in phase 1, there are total 543 constituencies as you are all aware. Phase 1 is 91. In 20 states, phase 1 is 91 in 20 states. Phase 2 is 97 in 13 states. Phase 3 is, phase 1 is 91 constituencies in 20 states. Is it clear? Phase 2 is 97 constituencies in 13 states. Is it clear? Phase 3 is 115 constituencies in 14 states. When I say states here, it also means states and UTs. Phase 4 is 71 constituencies in 9 states. Now, 71 constituencies in 9 states. Phase 5 is 51 constituencies in 7 states. Phase 6 is 59 constituencies in 7 states. Phase 7 is 59 constituencies in 8 states. You want me to read it out once more? Phase 1, 91 constituencies, 20 states. Phase 2, 97 constituencies, 13 states. Phase 3, 115 constituencies, 14 states. Phase 4, 71 constituencies, 9 states. Phase 5, 51 constituencies, 7 states. Phase 6, 59 constituencies, 7 states. And Phase 7, 59 constituencies, 8 states. The notification, the formal notification of by-elections in all the seats, etc., is being made separately, today itself. Jammu Kashmir. States going in single phase. Andhra, Arunachal. Before now reading further, it must be clear that they will be overlapping. Same state will be named maybe in 2 phases or 3 phases. But still I start reading now. States going in single phase, Andhra, Arunachal, Goa, Gujarat, Andhra, Arunachal, Goa, Gujarat, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Kerala, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Punjab, Sikkim, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, I said Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Uttarakhand, Andaman Nicobar, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, all right. You have waited for so long, I'll repeat. Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttarakhand, or you want me to repeat from the beginning? Andaman Nicobar, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu, Lakshadweep, Delhi, Pondicherry, Chandigarh. In all 22 states going in single phase. States undergoing 2 phases. Karnataka, Karnataka, Manipur, Rajasthan, Tripura. States undergoing 3 phases: Assam, Chhattisgarh. States undergoing 4 phases: Jharkhand. 3rd phase, Assam, Chhattisgarh. 3 phases. 4 phases, Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha. Jharkhand, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Odisha. 5 phases, Jammu Kashmir. 6th phase, no state. 7th phase, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. Uttar Pradesh, West Bengal. And now I'll read out once more. First phase, 22 states and UTs. Second phase, 4 states and UTs. 2 phases, 4 states. 3 phases, 2 states. 4 phases, 4 states. 5 phases, 1 state. 7th phase, 3 states. You see, the issue also is that there has to be ensured the movement of the CPFs from one place to the other, and they go by trains, etc., and then they require some time for initial settling down, which is how all this has been done.
Now
Jammu Kashmir.
Before that, sir, each state and which are the states and the date of polling.
So we have it.
No, please.
Sorry?
Please read the date.
Sir, it's being sent to you now.
No, what are the
Copy. Just now.
sir, 7 phases states?
That's the most important basic information.
Nobody knows.
Like Andhra is going to be on which date?
Phase 1, Andhra, all the 25 seats. Phase 1, 11th April. It has been said 4 or 5 times, I'll say it again. 11th April, 25. Now I read state-wise, please. Andhra, first, now I'm reading phase 1, right? 11th April. Andhra, 25. Arunachal, 2. Assam, 5. Bihar, 4. Andhra, 25. Arunachal, 2. Assam, 5. Bihar, 4. Chhattisgarh, 1. Jammu Kashmir, 2. Maharashtra, 7. Manipur, 1. Meghalaya, 2. Mizoram, 1. Nagaland, 1. Odisha, 4. Sikkim, 1. Telangana, 17. Tripura, 1. Uttar Pradesh, 8. Uttarakhand, 5. West Bengal, 2. Andaman Nicobar, 1. Lakshadweep, 1. Total, 91. Am I clear now? Phase 2. Assam, 5. As said earlier, phase 2 starts from 18th April. Assam, 5. Bihar, 5. Chhattisgarh, 3. Jammu Kashmir, 2. Karnataka, 14, 1-4. Maharashtra, 10. Manipur, 1. Odisha, 5. Tamil Nadu 39, Tripura 1, Uttar Pradesh 8, West Bengal 3, Puducherry 1, total 97. Phase 3, starting from 23rd April, Assam 4, Bihar 5, Chhattisgarh 7, Gujarat 26, Goa 2, Jammu Kashmir 1, Karnataka 14, Kerala 20, Maharashtra 14, Odisha 6, UP Uttar Pradesh 10, West Bengal 5, Dadra and Nagar Haveli 1, Daman and Diu 1, total 115 spanning 14 states and UTs. Phase 4 starting 29th April. Bihar 5, Jammu Kashmir 1, Jharkhand 3, Madhya Pradesh 6, Maharashtra 17, Odisha 6, Rajasthan 13, Uttar Pradesh 13, West Bengal 8. 5 was phase 3. 71 across 9 states. Phase 6. Phase 5, Phase 5, Bihar, 6th May, Bihar 5, Jammu Kashmir 2, Jharkhand 4, Madhya Pradesh 7, Rajasthan 12, Uttar Pradesh 14, West Bengal 7, total 51. Phase 6 starting 12th May. Bihar 8, Haryana 10, Jharkhand 4, Madhya Pradesh 8, Uttar Pradesh 14, West Bengal 8, National Capital Territory of Delhi 7, Phase 7 starting 19th May. Total Phase 6 59. Phase 7 starting 19th May. Chhattisgarh 8. Bihar 8. Not Chhattisgarh, Bihar, I stand corrected. Jharkhand 3. Madhya Pradesh 8. Rajasthan 13. Punjab 13, not Rajasthan. Rajasthan is over already. Punjab 13, West Bengal 9, Chandigarh 1, and UP 13, Himachal 4, total 59. This is the states. सेपरेट पढ़ोगे उसको बोल दूंगा.
Sir, what about the
Sorry?
Sir?
Assembly separately notification being issued.
Sir, what about the Tamil Nadu states, 21 assembly seats are lying vacant? Do you have any decision have been taken?
Decision has been taken and is being announced to the media.
We'll take the questions. Let's finish first.
When we issue you the soft copy, in that each constituency will also be mentioned. Okay. Jammu Kashmir. After holding elections in Jammu Kashmir, the Commission has been continuously assessing the prevailing situation in the state, requirement of central forces and other logistics for elections, requirement of the security for the candidates, and preparedness of the state for the election on key factors, including the recent developments. The Commission had conducted several rounds of review meetings with state administration of Jammu Kashmir, with MHA, including Home Secretary and his team. State Government of Jammu Kashmir and the Union Home Ministry had sent detailed and specific inputs to the Commission regarding holding elections in the state. In fact, we had sought the comments from the MHA quite early to assess the situation and level of preparedness. Commission had recently visited J&K and had detailed meetings with all the political parties, important central and state agencies, district authorities, Chief Secretary, DGP, and others. Based on all these inputs and recommendations from the states, state government, Home Ministry, political parties, other stakeholders, constraint of availability of central forces and other logistics, requirement of security forces for security of candidates in wake of the recent incidents of violence in the past, recent past, and keeping all other challenges in mind and keeping a totality of views, the Commission has decided at this stage to announce only schedule of the Parliament elections in Jammu Kashmir. The Commission will be regularly and on real-time basis monitoring the situation in Jammu Kashmir and continue to take inputs from all necessary quarters, and decision-taking holding legislative assemblies in Jammu Kashmir will be taken soon. The Commission has also decided for more effective monitoring to appoint 3 special observers for Jammu Kashmir. Shri Noor Mohammed, IAS of 77 batch retired, IAS 77 batch retired. Shri A.S. Gill, IPS 72 batch, who retired as DG CRPF and also served as IG in Jammu Kashmir, in CRPF, in charge of Jammu Kashmir from 95 to 97. Shri Vinod Jutshi, 82 batch, who has served in the Election Commission for almost 6 to 7 years, and I think most of you know him as it is. Shri Noor Mohammed ji has occupied various positions like Secretary National Disaster Management Authority, Member Secretary NCR Planning Board, Chief Electoral Advisor UNDP Kabul, International Election Commissioner Afghanistan in the 2005 Parliament elections, Deputy Election Commissioner of India and Chief Electoral Officer Uttar Pradesh, amongst other assignments. And Shri Gill, as I said, retired as DG CRPF. He remained DGP in Rajasthan, and he also was in Jammu Kashmir as IG CRPF from 95 to 97. Shri Jutsi, he retired as Secretary Tourism, Government of India, and he remained in the Election Commission for a little over 7 years. These observers have been contacted by the Commission. They have kindly consented, and a meeting is scheduled by the Commission at 4 o'clock in the afternoon to go over the various modalities with the 3 honorable central observers.
Sir, just one conclusion, sir.
Can I just finish? Yes. I just take. As far as the other, the Commission has also taken into account the fact that the tenure of legislative assemblies of states of Andhra Pradesh, Arunachal, Odisha and Sikkim will expire on 18th June, 1st June, 11th June and 27th May. I repeat, Andhra 18th June, Arunachal 1st June, Odisha 11th June, Sikkim 27th May. After taking into account all these relevant factors, the Commission has decided to hold elections for these legislative assemblies for these 4 states simultaneously with the general elections to the 17th Lok Sabha. Elections to the different assembly constituencies in these states will follow the same schedule as for the corresponding parliamentary constituencies, that answers your question, of which these are relevant assembly segments. There are 34 casual vacancies, that is by-elections as we call it, in the legislative assemblies of 12 states as on 9th March 2019. The Commission has decided to hold by-elections to these 34 assembly constituencies following the same schedule as per the relevant parliamentary constituencies already read out to all of you. On the occasion of 17th Lok Sabha election, the Commission reassures the nation, all the stakeholders, of its solemn resolve and deep commitment to fulfill its constitutional mandate to conduct free, fair, credible and ethical elections. Commission appeals to the 11 million plus election machinery, directs the 11 million plus election machinery to rededicate themselves to the tasks associated with the conduct of elections as a sacred duty, as they have been doing election after election. Commission appeals to all the stakeholders and in particularly the political parties, the candidates, to uphold the democratic traditions of the nation by maintaining high standards of political discourse and fair play in course of the election campaigns. Commission also sends an appeal to all the voters to reinforce the democratic ethos of the nation by turning up at polling stations and exercise their right to vote in an informed and ethical manner, because the voters are the ultimate sovereigns in the democracy.